Welcome back to the Sidebar, and today at this moment we're joined by Andy Ruben from Trove.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Sidebar.
Yeah, we'd love to hear a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm exec chair and founder of Trove. Trove powers a majority of the branded resale in the world. Some of the best brands out there, like Patagonia, Lululemon, REI, On Running, etc. And we do the technology and logistics that allow incredible brands to buy back their own items and then resell those back to other customers who may not be able to access or afford their brands new, but really aspire or want to participate with the brand.
Great. And who are some of your main partners at Trove?
Yeah, so in terms of brands, Patagonia, Eileen Fisher, and REI were the very first partners. The most recent launches include Canada Goose and Carhartt. But you can find everything on Trove.com, a whole range of different brands across apparel, athletic, luxury, and footwear.
Great. And speaking of landscape and partners, with the landscape comes competitors. You guys have had quite a few more competitors in the last couple of years. What do you make of this new landscape?
Oh my gosh, of course, with competition comes more work, but how fantastic for the space. That the space has gotten to a point that many new companies are coming in. It means that brands are seeing the importance, the urgency, and the opportunity of keeping these incredible pieces they've made and use longer. And so I think we view it as an incredible thing. There's a lot of noise, though, in the industry as well. And I think it's really important for brands to not just launch a program, which you can do in a lot of ways, but to think about what's next, and after you launch a program, how will you scale that program with the possibility, and I believe all likelihood, that this will become 10, 20, 30% of items that we'll get from other customers, other people.
Right. I think sustainability is one of those fields where it's a bittersweet double-edged sword to have competitors, because it means we're moving the space forward. But yes, always interesting.
You know, I've got a view that I don't know how unique it is, but my view is that for everyone who really cares, and I think many people do, about leaving the world better, right, improving the way we do things in society, competition between brands and between retailers in that way, I think, is fantastic. And one of the things that we think about is how do we prepare our brands to not just have deeper, better relationships with customers, but win in the market. Because when they win, and they win through keeping more of their items in use, it means that those they compete with either do that and rise to the challenge, we're all better off, or those competitors don't, and they're no longer relevant, they go out of business. In either way, what we're doing is we're allowing business and brands to be an incredible agent of change in the world for the future we're talking about.
Wow, and kind of touching on the brand aspect of here, you guys released your brand resale index report. There's a lot in there, but one of the questions that I'm curious about is that user behavior side of things. Are you guys now kind of able to help your brands navigate that journey of resale more clearly? As it, are we seeing new types of shopping behaviors emerge as resale explodes?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a great question. Just stepping back, what the brand resale index was we were seeing report after report that resale is big and growing. We know that. Resale is big, it's relevant, it's growing. What we didn't have was a map of what brands are doing things really well, what brands are doing amazing work in the commerce experience, the trade and experience, branding. And by providing that map, it allows any brand that's currently in the space or thinking about the space to understand what the level of play is now. So why reinvent the last 3 or 4 years? Start where things are now. And we looked, of course, not just for Trove provided brands, but any brand. And in that report, we do talk about the changing behavior. I think especially younger generations. We've got a recent podcast out on this as well, which is all on Trove.com. We put this out there for anyone in the industry interested in learning more.
What's the podcast called?
Let's Talk Resale.
Let's Talk Resale. Great.
And the episode of Let's Talk Resale that we just completed was with several Gen Zs and several brand leaders from companies like Carhartt and Nike, talking about how the brand evolves with momentum as younger customers change the way they shop.
Wow. It's an optimistic vision of the future, and that's here today. It's very cool stuff.
It's inevitable. I just hope we get there faster.
And we will. I'm certain of it.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh my gosh. Thank you both.
Yeah, likewise.
We appreciate it.
Awesome.